Introduce yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Bree, or you call me Wasabi. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I've been streaming for, I would say, maybe like 3-ish years now, and I kind of just do everything on the channel, and like I live my life on the channel, and that's basically it.
Hey, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
How did you get in started into streaming? So I interviewed you a couple years ago, and I guess some people haven't seen that. It's a real rough podcast if you guys ever check that out. But how
Yeah.
did you get your start into streaming?
Okay, so I got my start into streaming. I was always like kind of like an internet girl, a gamer girl. I always played a lot of games, but I never knew what Twitch was. I was always on YouTube until one of my best friends basically was like, "Yeah, I kind of just watch these people online, and they do everything that we do. It's just they stream it." And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's pretty cool. Like, I'll try doing that." And then it started off as a hobby, like something I would just come home and do because I was bored. And then eventually it got up to the point where like now it's kind of like my everyday thing. Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty awesome. I remember from our last podcast, I remember you wanted to change your name. I don't know if you still want to change your name. I remember that you wanted to like change it like Lil Sabi or Wasabri. Do you still want to change your name, or do you feel like you just
I
want to keep the name Wasabiicat? Because I
I
know you
think
wanted the name Wasabi, but somebody else has that name on Twitch.
yeah,
So
like I think it would be super dope if I just had like Bree, right? Like because that's just my name, like that's my name on Discord and everyone just knows me as that and like no one really like Wasabi Cat. Yeah, I could change it. I could see why I would want to change it and stuff, but I think I would just kind of keep it this. Like I think the two eyes hit different and like it's just chill. Like I'll just keep it like this. I kept it for years. What's the point of really changing it? And it'll be like its own little thing, its own little meme. So yeah.
that's awesome. I remember the last time I interviewed you, you were still an affiliate. You were like averaging around like 40 to 50 viewers at the time. What made you blow up, or what was the thing that kind of pushed you towards partnership in terms on being on Twitch?
My partnership grind was pretty crazy. I would say that during that time, like 2018, I got partnered right after like during my birthday. 2018, 2019, it was like I I was really, really pushing for it. So I would say I did a lot of like radical things. I did a lot of like talking to a lot of different people. I did shit like going on Raw shows and stuff and like but the one thing that I kept doing, I was just streaming all the time and trying to like I guess make sure that I had something fresh almost every day. Like I would just bring new stuff to the table and not necessarily plan it. I kind of just winged it a lot, but I just made sure that I was always streaming and it was always like I did really long streams. I would do 12-hour streams at a time and um I also made sure that I hate calling it networking, but
Mm-hmm.
um I just made sure that I spoke to people that, were in the communities and I tried to just make sure that I was as active in other people's communities as they were in mine. So yeah, I wanted to like make friends and just make like at that time too, I was doing a lot of stuff. I was making sure that my community was very involved with all my streams. So I do a lot of like Discord interviews and like sub games and whatnot. Yeah, I would, and also for some reason like the just chatting content pops off. So I did a lot of that, and I like a lot of people have told me that they like my stream because I'm extremely interactive. I'm a very interactive streamer. I'm always talking to chat. I'm always answering their questions and I'm always talking to them. I'm never like not talking to them. So I think that contributed a lot, definitely, to the overall atmosphere of my community.
That's dope. What made you continue to grind? What was the motivation? Like, what was behind it?
It was mainly to see if I could even do this. Like if this was even something like in my ballpark. Like it I would say, bro, I'm like a person who like gives up halfway through like shows. Like
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see if I could push myself and just get to where I wanted to get. And it was affiliate, and then I was affiliate first week into like first week in stream I got affiliate, and then I think in a year I got partnership. And then now that I've hit that milestone, I'm trying to just push even harder uh, to where like I want to be. It's not even that I want to blow up like crazy or if that like I'm famous or whatever, but I these are like little like goals and little milestones that I see are reachable. So that's what I want to do. I want to just continue making content that I like to make and interacting with people, and I want to if I can expand that and show more people the weird shit that I do on stream, like that would be super awesome, you know?
I have a question about that in terms of expanding and popping off. What about
Mm.
using YouTube? I think like it would be super dope. Like you did like recently, you did like a cooking stream. How about you like take like 10 minute portion of it and then like put it on YouTube and let that live on there?
I
Because
know,
I feel
yeah.
like you should have that. Like put it on YouTube. I'm like serious. Like you don't have to put like any editing. You just put like just it could be 30 minutes. It could be 20 minutes. Especially since you do like IRL content. I feel like you should have that on YouTube. I feel like that would definitely blow up even more. Like in terms of you as being a streamer.
Yeah, so my plan is right now, for the longest time I didn't do YouTube mainly because I don't know, I'm a very firm believer in like what feels right, and then I'll just do what I want to do, right? I didn't know kind of like how to get my footing and everything, but a lot of people have told me just go for it, so I guess I gotta stop overthinking it. But the plan is right now, because of this whole DMCA thing that really hit everyone, I will probably be nuking my entire channel, but I'm going to be saving everything and then putting it all on YouTube and having it live there instead. So who knows? Like, I never wanted to look at this like it was a job. Like my whole plan was to blow up or something and make it I don't want to just I don't want to focus on it like that because I feel like it dulls out streaming and it dulls out a lot of the things that I like about it. So I like this whole going into it about, yeah, just put all your clips there and then see what happens. And that's what I'm going to do with it, I think.
I feel like for you, you already have the audience, you have the community. Because it's funny, because like looking at on YouTube, like the old podcast that I have on YouTube, that has like 300 views, which was funny because I was like, at the time when I posted it, it was like, oh, it had like let's say like 10 views, and then over time, like people were actually searching for you, like on YouTube, but like there's no content there. So I feel like just put out anything because I feel like
Yeah.
your community's gonna eat it up, which is the cool thing. Like for you, since you already have your community already out there, just
Mm.
like just post stuff. Like don't overthink it. If you need someone to motivate you to put stuff on there, I can definitely hit you up or whatnot and definitely help you with it. Like I'm for real. Like I got you. Like
Yeah,
on this
thank you
thing.
so
So
much. Yeah, like I normally don't do interview stuff. Like personally, I don't have the fucking energy to do stuff like this unless I'm streaming me, but um I definitely enjoy like you were one of the first people who ever even asked to interview me. So that's why I'm like that's why I'm still down to do interviews with you because it's like this is the one original person who asked me and I'm just going to stick with that, like but yeah, I'll probably definitely update and put stuff on my YouTube, yeah.
yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, like you just want to be genuine. Like I'm not here doing this just like to get clout from you. Like I just want people to like I want people at the end of the day just to be comfortable. Like and I feel like in the space of like streaming or being a content creator, I feel like some people want to network just because they wanna get to the top or use you as a ladder. So like I just want to be that genuine person. Just just when it comes to interviewing
Yeah,
wise, like for real. So yeah, man. Like I definitely
yeah.
understand that. So I have a
I'm just post-
question.
I'm
Another
posting your
question
link
for
in my Discord.
Hey,
Sorry.
definitely.
All
It's all good.
right.
I really
All
take the
right.
time for that. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. So, another question says, how was the transition from affiliate and partnership? Is chat different compared to when you were a lot smaller? So I guess like a couple years ago. So in that time frame.
Um, the transition from affiliate to partner, I think over time, whether it's affiliate or partner, it doesn't even matter. Not even like the transition, but you see a lot of people like come and go from your community. You see a lot of people like you'll have diehard people who are in the chat all the time, and then you just sometimes you don't see them anymore. Like life moves on, But I think the transition between my like chat, it was when I first had affiliate, it felt more of like just a big ass group of friends. Like it was very, very memey, like everything uh it was a bit more unfiltered, if that makes sense, right? So now with partnership and now with doing stuff like I've done like Raj and I've done like streamer camp and I've done like a lot of things where I'm just interacting with a lot of people. Um you kind of have to tone those things down a little bit and like my chat used to be super wholesome. I'm not super wholesome, super memey, and now it's a lot more wholesome than it was, which I personally like. And then let's see what else I could talk about. So looping back real quick to like how you see people come and go and whatnot. Um, you definitely get used to that feeling of um yeah, this person's gonna be in my stream a couple times. Like I'll see a new name, right? And then I'll kind of think like, oh, I wonder like how their stay is gonna be. You know, like what are they gonna do with the stream and how do they feel about it? And sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. You definitely are gonna notice things like your chat being more active depending on what you're doing. And yeah, I think the transition is it's a bit gradual, but then you start to notice how I think it's almost indescribable. I think it's very subjective to each person's channel, the way that their chat behaves, because I see, some people they have not that many viewers, but their chats are extremely active. I would say sometimes even more active than mine. It's just very like different, or some people have a large viewership, but their chat isn't as active as mine, and just it's very dependent on that.
Yeah, that makes sense, especially like if you've been streaming for a long time, it's like a gradual growth and you don't really
Mm-hmm.
notice that much until you kind of look back. You're like, dang, like I did really grow a lot, but like in the moment you're just kind of just like, yo, I'm still grinding or I'm still hustling. So that is definitely an
Yeah.
interesting perspective from that. So,
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, I guess my question would be, what advice would you give your younger self before streaming, or if you really wanted to start streaming? I guess like what advice would you give your younger self? Because I feel like it like changes for everybody. So, what advice would you give your younger self, like looking back?
I personally 100% no cap. I would have told myself, girl, stream earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, stream earlier. I should have done this way earlier. It was mainly because I wasn't sure of what I was doing. Like, because when you like tell yourself like, yeah, I'm gonna put myself on the internet, there's a lot of things connected to that. There's a lot of things that hold weight in that. You're putting yourself out there online, and you need to be comfortable with the fact that you are presenting yourself online in public, so and that was the thing that I was thinking about a lot and I was struggling with a lot. But with how I want to run my channel and how I want things to go, I'm just I want my channel and the content I make to feel very genuine. So if I were to tell my younger self like any sort of advice, I would have been like, yo, stream earlier, because especially during like when Fortnite came out 2017, right? Like now what kind of sucks about streaming is I feel like it's so mainstream because everyone realized that this is like an easy way in, right? So I personally would have streamed way earlier than I did. I started streaming 2017, 20, like late 2016. I might have done like a couple test streams or whatever, but I would have told myself to do it earlier, especially the fact that I knew this was something that I've like playing games online with friends was something that I already been doing for years, like should have just started stream earlier. Yeah.
I feel like the timing for you was pretty perfect though, like in my opinion, because I feel like a lot of people who do start streaming in their 20s. I believe you started streaming when you were 17. I feel like it was like perfect timing for you. In my opinion, I feel like you kind of like had that, and of course kind of took on the persona. And I also being a streamer and then also being a girl, it's tough. Like you're going like there's a lot of different comments that I will never get because I'm not a girl, I'm not a woman, and then you kind of take that on too. So I feel like I think the timing was just perfect for you, instead of like doing it a lot earlier. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
it was definitely the timing that I did it. I wouldn't say that like I mean I was still like a young ass girl, still like a teenager, still in high school too. So like streaming that early for me, I get to learn a lot as I go on, and I get to learn a lot that um some people don't get to learn. You know, this streaming was part of me growing up and like finding out who I am, like the person that I want to be. So I would say that streaming has made me, yeah, you're right. I think I probably did it right at the perfect time. It definitely helped boost my confidence as a person and how I talk to people in my normal everyday life. And I think streaming definitely solidified who I am as a person, because a lot of the people in my community enjoy me for me. I don't feel like I have to put up a face for anyone, because like if you don't like my shit, you don't gotta watch it. You know, if you like it, then you like it, and that's what I like about streaming. I just get to be totally myself and not have to worry about anything. It's like because I'm pretty sure a lot of us can relate, like raise your hand if you didn't have a lot of friends growing up in school because you were different or you weren't this and that, and like that was streaming was my like escape from that. I just wanted to do me, like I didn't want to like that whole like high school hierarchy. I didn't want to be a part of that, bro. So um yeah, streaming definitely helped with all that, and it's cool that I got to do it early, to where it played a part in my emotional mental uh development.
Yeah, I think it's awesome like that you can kind of be yourself and be authentic, and like you don't have to be, whether it's school, whether it's college, you're just being yourself. Like I think it's awesome, like being a part of the streaming community. I think like you kind of see like personalities grow. Like I like being able to see your personality grow, and then at least be like, I feel like you feel comfortable now. Like I feel like back then you were still kind of working on it, and I feel like right now I feel like you feel like comfortable. And like if people don't like my
Yeah.
content, then like it's okay. Like you can watch somebody else. But if you want to come for here, like at least have a community out here. So I think it's like
Yeah.
super super awesome that you feel like comfortable now. So I love it.
And definitely like the being a girl and like a young ass girl, yeah, you get like a lot of there's a lot of sus ass people online,
Hmm.
like you just gotta uh turn like just ignore it. You just gotta not pay it any mind, and that's why like I just have no time for people that spew bullshit at me, and I only make time for people that actually care about the streamer community and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
So I guess since you like pretty much your brand is pretty much solidified on Twitch right now, have you thought of trying to be more of like a content creator and maybe like kind of like streaming a little bit less? Because I know like most of the people who stream on Twitch stream very long hours or they stream whenever. Like, do you think you'll ever try to be like more like a content creator and try to like you definitely have a presence on Twitter. A TikTok. I was looking at like your TikTok, like a little bit there, but like YouTube, you wanna try to get in that direction too. Like, what's your like kind of thoughts on that? Like, trying to be like a content creator if you want to do that, or
Okay. I've given this a lot of thought. As much as like I'm still young, like I'm thinking about it a lot, and being a content creator would be really really cool. But the thing about content creating online and having your entire life online, it is a very draining thing. It is something that a lot of people don't give enough thought to, and they get very hooked on the numbers and they get very hooked on the possible rewards that you can reap from this, right? Because it's very lucrative, right? Like you can just post something and it'll pop off one day, and God knows what's going to happen with your life, right? Um, my approach this entire time has been very slow and like paced out, to where I like my number one thing is I want to make sure that I'm mentally prepared to handle on stuff like that, and I'm definitely like still trying out new things, like the TikTok is whatever. I just want to treat things like I don't want to look at it under the content creator perspective, because that puts a whole standard, this like it just leaves a taste in people's mouths. Like it puts a whole standard on how I'm supposed to produce things, when this all started out really because I wanted to just post things that I liked. I post things that I think are funny or that are aesthetic or this and that, and I just don't want to be bound by any standards. And despite the fact that technically I am labeled as a content creator, I'm not the type of person to put content creator in my bio. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not it. That's not what I want to be. If people think that I'm a content creator, wow, thanks. That's a huge compliment. Um, but me myself, I don't want to look at myself like that. No.
yeah, I see it from your perspective. I guess you just want to treat it fun and you don't want to see it as a job, because if you see it as a job, then you're like, kind of demotivated. I don't want to do that. So it's interesting
Hmm.
to see like where your head is at. So it's pretty dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a small like team, or I guess like a group of people that you kind of go to in terms of like certain ideas, or it's just like it's kind of all you like? You know what I'm saying, on
No,
yourself or
yeah, no, no, no. Like my community is because it's extremely interactive. I get a lot of ideas from my community, you know, like but the main people, like I'll have like a weird idea or something that I want to do, right? So like I'll usually consult it. First I'll consult it with everyone, right, in my community, and then I'll really refine that idea with like my mods, right? They're like my team. You know, they manage the chat, they manage the Discord, they also just talk to me like I'm a normal person, you know? Like I think that's the thing I found out from streaming, not even from the internet, which I think is scary, is like, bro, people find out you got clout like on the outside, like nor like, and I don't even have clout like that, you know? Like, and it's just, and then they start to switch up, they start to act up, and that's what I don't like. I don't like when people talk to me like I'm like, oh my god, you're the streamer Wasabiicat. Like, no, I'm like a human being, you know, like just talk to me like I'm normal, or else like I'm gonna look at you like a chatter, you know, like don't look, if you don't want me to look at you like you're just a viewer or a chatter, like don't look at me as just a streamer, you know.
yeah,
So
definitely. I feel like the end of the day, like I've heard a quote like you kind of like you treat celebrities as like normal people, and then treat normal people like celebrities a little bit, because like at the end of the day, like people who let's say are influencers, or people let's say have like a big type of following, they just want to be treated like normal people at the end of the day. Like they get that all the time through, you know, whether it's their
mhm.
chat or you know their whole community. They just want to be treated like, you know, normal. And then like I guess at the end of the day, like normal people, you know what I mean, they want to be noticed too. So I understand the perspective. Like just treat me like a normal human being. Like I'm human at the end of the day. I'm not superhuman, which a lot of people kind of forget too. Like since you're a Twitch
Mhm.
partner, or you know, let's say if you have a big following, they kind of forget like you're kind of human. You know, like this is a person. You know, like living their
Yeah,
whole entire life, and you know, some people may throw like a bad comment, and people. I feel like at the end of the day, some people kind of forget that you're just a human being, just having fun. You know, you're streaming, and you know, at the end of the day, you're just a real person. You know, with emotions and feelings, and you know, you want to treat people with
exactly.
respect at the end of the day. So definitely
Mhm.
understand that. So I guess my last question would be, what's the future looking like for Wasabi Cat?
The future for Wasabiicat is um I definitely want to take the spontaneous energy that I've had for all these years, and I want to maximize on it. You know, I want the future to be filled with more memories with people in my community, and I want to incorporate more IRL streams with like my friends, and um, I really, really, really want to showcase more about my personality and more about my friends and more about the things I like. And so far, like this entire year, what I've been working on is just make sure that I stream consistently without feeling like I'm losing my mind, right? Um, yeah, also I see in your chat, yeah, beats and stuff. So because of the whole DMCA thing, I was thinking about making music or whatnot, right? I was thinking about just trying out new things, like especially quarantine and this whole year. I want to try new things and I want to learn new things and learn as I go with people, like with my community. The whole YouTube thing, I think, will definitely be a great gateway to get that out there, right? Like I would say that my some of my content is very niche, like it's very, you know, like sometimes I just like shit, like maybe I'll just knit on stream, you know, like maybe I'll make a hat, you know, like that's not something that like people would search for all the time, but it's stuff that I like to do. Or I've been making a lot of tier lists recently and just like chilling and vibing, right? So I want to maximize on that and try and just continue, um, yeah, just showcasing everything that I got, really. And just keep it going, keep the flow going. I just want to, I think that's the best way to wrap it all up. I just want to keep the momentum of my stream going at a healthy, happy rate.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I feel like a lot of streamers are definitely worried about the whole DMCA situation, and I can definitely help you out with that in terms of like what right music you can play and which we cannot play. I've actually
Mm-hmm.
learned about this whole situation, you know, from somebody named Devin Nash, and he kind of explains like what type of music
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
play, what you cannot play. And so if you need help with that, people who are a DJ may not want to be a DJ unless it's your own original music. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
that aspect. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize when it comes to Twitch, there's like 15 million active users, but when it comes to YouTube, there's 2 billion active users, which is crazy. Which like it doesn't matter what you
Yeah.
make up on there, and even when it comes to like let's say YouTube gaming, like you don't really do gaming content. I mean, it depends. Like if you're doing IRL, then it's
Yeah.
IRL, but if it's gaming, and game is like 150 million when it comes to YouTube gaming. So I guess a lot of people don't put that in perspective, and a lot of people think like, yo, I don't want to start because there's already people already established. I'm like, dude, just start. Like if you already have a community, you never know. Like you just got to try something and just put it out
Exactly.
there and for real. So I can
Yeah.
definitely help you out with that. If you need help, like let me know because
Mhm.
I can
Thank
definitely hit
you.
you up and understand that aspect. So because a lot of people feel like, man, like it's too late, but it's never too late, especially if you have a brand, if you have a community. And I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you already have a community already. Trust me, like they'll definitely back you up on it and everything. So it's definitely understandable when it comes to that aspect. So it's a lot to worry
Yeah.
about, but like at the end of the day, just take one thing at a time. And so I definitely believe in it. So and I'm definitely believing in you.
Yeah.
So
Thank you,
yeah.
man. That definitely gave me so much more reassurance. Like the whole like yeah, because sometimes this stuff gets stressful, you know? It gets really stressful. You start to care about things that you didn't think that you cared about. And I've just been trying to, because like I've just gone through a lot, you know, these past couple years, like gone through a lot that isn't necessarily like made me the happiest, but it's definitely there for character development, you know. And I just want to make sure that I'm having fun. Like I feel like a lot of people, and I was in that boat too. Like you start streaming, you really love it at the beginning, and then it's not what you think it is, and then you kind of lose track about what you love about it. And that's what I've been trying to work on. I've been trying to just like get re in touch with the things that I kind of like secluded myself from. So yeah, and it's thank you for that. That really means a lot. I'm hold on. I see a question in your chat. I got another question. Was Bree's favorite game this year so far, and what games is she looking forward to in the future? Um, hmm. This year, I don't know. I don't know. I just started playing Amnesia Rebirth. I think that was pretty decent. My favorite game of all time is Wizard 101 though, y'all. So don't jack that. But I think one of my favorite games of all time, um, probably BioShock Infinite. Love that game. And I'm just kind of all over the place. I don't like I enjoy playing competitive games, just to chill, like with friends and stuff, but I don't take it as a competitive game. I like to play a lot of story games and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty dope. I feel like streamers definitely go through that when it comes to even like there's a thing called Impostor Syndrome where you feel like you're not good enough. And I honestly went through that too when it
Yeah.
came to like interviewing people like you. I was like, man, I don't know if I can ask other people to like that like of your level or anybody to stream.
Hmm.
So I kind of went through that too. So like I understand where you're going through. Like sometimes you start streaming, it's fun, and then you got people who are actually watching. Maybe the expectations. I don't know if I'm good enough. Maybe is it great or maybe let's
Yep.
say if you got to deal with parents or family stuff like that, friends, maybe you got to deal with school. So I understand all the things that kind of gets thrown in your situation. So like, and a lot of people don't see that like behind the scenes type thing. A lot of people feel like, yo, like I'm watching my favorite stream, or let's say like I the one thing I think of it when it comes to streaming, a lot of people think it's like their favorite TV show. Like, dude, I need to watch, what I'm saying, like what's going on. But like
Hmm.
at the end of the day, we're doing this ourselves. Like it's not like we have a whole full like
Yeah,
people,
we don't got no
staff, or
like production
yeah, we
crew,
don't
you
got all
know.
that. Like I wish, I'm saying, if I had a whole production crew, like, yo, okay, I got your food, what I'm saying, don't worry about breakfast, what I'm saying, go stream, I got you, what I'm saying, I'll set up the lights, what I'm saying, I wish, no, but like at the end of the day, we're doing this ourselves, what I'm saying, we don't have a whole production
Yeah.
squad, we don't have all that. So and I think a lot of people forget that, what I'm saying. Let's say if you don't stream, or let's say you take a day off, like, yo, I need to do some schoolwork. Some people don't realize that, like, yo, we got real problems just like you, what I'm saying, like, and
Exactly.
I feel
Like
like a
that.
lot of people forget that. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. For me,
It's
yeah,
imposter syndrome is a real thing. It really is. Oh my God.
yeah,
But yeah, you just got to you got to realize that if like, you have to realize that you don't have to apologize because you think you did something wrong. Like, it's just because like you like when we went through that whole thing where we think we're not good enough, a big motivator for me was just thinking about all the people that did think that I was worth the time, or did like think that that my content was still good, even though despite the fact that I didn't look at it the same way. Like viewers and streamers look at the same content in a completely different way. I look at my stuff completely different than how some other people view my channel. So Um, but yeah, a big motivating thing is just realizing that, yeah, we're humans too. We don't have no protection crew. And on top of that, there will always be those people who will back you up regardless, which that is like a big motivating thing that makes me want to stream more than feeling the pressure of, oh, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. And then just like, shit, if you keep saying that to someone, oh my God, like someone might believe it that they're really not good enough. And that's just not right. So yeah, that's my take on that.
Yeah, I love it. I don't have any more questions. Usually the last question I like to do is if you have any questions for me. If not, then we kind of just like end the podcast from there. So do you have any questions for me? If not, then just kind of move from there. So
No, I don't think I do, but I just wanted to say thank you so much. Again, you're the only interview that I agreed to. Because I just I think it's cool how like we you asked me to do this again after all these years because it's like a nice little update. You know, it's a nice little update, and you're the one of the first people who gave me the time of day to like interview me like I was hot shit when I first started, you know. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Um and yeah, who knows? Like down the line, we'll do another update, and then after that, we'll do another update. So
yeah,
thank you,
yeah, that
and
would be dope.
yeah,
I definitely had a good time. Yeah, like definitely to catch up and everything.